Guys, Jace back with another video. I'm trying to post every Sunday is my goal now. At least something for you guys to watch here on the channel. Posted twice this week because I had that other video. So we're trying to come up with something. We got a lot of stuff on the way. I really enjoyed this. This is going to be a new segment called Couch Talk, where I bring in a guest and we just sit down, I ask him 21 questions, and we just talk. Today's guest is Cooper Burton. I've had the pleasure to play on the Diamond with Cooper this summer, on Team Monsoon, my summer ball team. So I really enjoyed this episode and I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll stay tuned, and as you already know, we'll see you next Sunday, Knuckleheads. Well, welcome to the first edition of Couch Talk. Your boy Jace. I'm here with Cooper. Cooper, tell the people about yourself a little bit, man.
Alright. My name is Cooper Burton, and I've never done anything like this before. A little bit about me is I grew up with nothing but sports in the household. I have 3 brothers, 2 older, 1 younger, and some with a bunch of baseball. I played football at Hamilton High School, transferred to Chandler. And mental health has been a big piece of our family as well, with 4 boys, 3 of the 4 with mental health issues have been a struggle for not just my parents, but the entire family as a whole too. It's not been easy. Yeah. Like currently right now, I have what's called akathisia. It's a restlessness inside, so that anxiety I was kind of telling you about earlier. Mm-hmm. It's like you want to jump out of your own skin and like being like on your own and alone, you're like kind of like unsettled. Yeah. So that's all part of the trial and error process, trying to find out what's right for you, and it sticks. Yeah. Because once you find out something that's good and it goes bad, you gotta like make adjustments and keep going through this while also maintaining your regular life, which is hard.
So for Couch Talk, we're going to do basically like a 21 questions type of thing for this being the first episode. So Cooper, we're going to just start with, growing up, you were talking sports were a big part of your household. What sports, mainly? I know we've met for baseball, playing summer ball together, so I know baseball, but what else? Was there anything really else, or was it just baseball?
No, baseball was the biggest one. Played t-ball, like 4 years old, since I could breathe, playing baseball. So that then transitioned into football, because my dad didn't want to play football because of injuries. Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, I don't want you to get hurt. My mom was like, play. Because all my baseball friends were doing football season. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. So and it helped me out in my baseball career as well, actually, playing football. And I got an injury, but yeah.
So you were mainly baseball and football then? Growing up.
I would have played basketball too, but at Hamilton, I don't think they really encouraged 3 sport athletes, because if you didn't focus on one, it took you away from, because the season is one thing, but off season is another. Yeah. So there's summer ball, and there's other things you have to put into it. And I was kind of jumping around to different sports and not focused on one. That's part of why I transferred to Chandler, was because they thought I was like quitting baseball. I was no longer committed, which wasn't the case, but I didn't communicate that either. So
So we'll start with just another basic question. What is your favorite time of day?
Favorite time of day? Normally kind of mornings. Normally it's morning. I love to wake up, and I love mornings. Okay. As of lately, it's been kind of more around the 5 p.m. area, because I just got a job at GoDaddy, and I start July 5th. And with that being said, I'm waiting for that job to come in, so I kind of got nothing going on between then. Yeah. So 5 o'clock is when all my friends are getting off work, and I can like hit them up, we can let's go get together and like chat or see them or whatever, get food.
Definitely. What would you say is your biggest weakness?
Biggest weakness? Patience.
Patience.
Yeah, it's probably patience.
Yeah, I can relate to that one. I don't have a whole lot of patience myself, so I can relate to that one.
Because like once you want it yesterday. Yeah. And you gotta like just let things kind of come to you sometimes, and to let that takes a lot of discipline. Patience is a virtue. So It's important to have that patience.
On the flip side of that, what's your biggest strength?
Biggest strength is probably my perseverance.
Mhm.
Like if I want to achieve something, if I want to do something, like no one can like kind of tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
Which can go hand in hand, a little stubborn.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to get something. I want to get it done. I want to do it right. I want to, yeah.
Yeah. The biggest learning experience you've had in your life, in your opinion, would be?
Biggest learning experience in my life. Biggest learning experience in my life. Now I have to go back to the mental illness thing, Like I got diagnosed bipolar. Played baseball at Chandler Gilbert, and my sophomore year I didn't finish it out last week. And I had a mental breakdown. I wasn't eating well, I didn't have any money, I wasn't working, I was living on my own. I had so many things going on. I had a dog that I was like trying to find a family for. I was losing a ton of weight. My coaches were all concerned, talking to me like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, you're losing a lot of weight, yada yada. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you because I've never experienced being, having a mental breakdown before.
Yeah.
That's what happened is what I learned in that process was that some things are just out of your control. Like sometimes the card's just not in the deck for you. So I had to learn that some things are just, some cards are not in the deck.
Yeah.
Even the ones you want the most to be in your deck, they're not. Yeah.
Definitely. So, growing up, who would you say was like your biggest idol?
Biggest idol? I think in baseball, just because I was like so young, I was never really much of a spectator of the sport. I kind of just played the game. But what I did watch was 2001 Diamondbacks.
Oh,
I love Luis Gonzalez.
yeah.
That was the guy.
Those guys were, and I was born 2 years after that, but I've seen the aftermath of what they had. That was such a good team.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't watch baseball, the 2001 Diamondbacks was probably one of the greatest teams I think of all time.
Dude, they're so good.
Especially with what they did to the Yankees. I mean, Derek Jeter was on that team, Jorge Posada. I mean, some of those guys, it's just absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that core Mario Rivera, Posada, Jeter. I mean, so for them to do what they did in 2001, yeah.
In 7 games.
In 7 games, that is, yeah.
I was bases loaded, I was nervous, dude.
Yeah.
I was like that.
Yeah.
Over Jeter, I was like, let's go.
It was over right there.
Dude, that was awesome.
They had the unit, they had Randy Johnson, too, was on that team. That team, that 2001 team, it's another team.
Steve Finley, because I played center field, so I don't watch Steve Finley.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, Tony Womack, lead off there. That was a great team, that was good to watch.
Favorite type of music?
Historically, it's R&B, rap, hip hop, R&B. It's just like a vibe.
Yeah.
The lyrics, I could do without sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a vibe. They got that like kind of like get in the flow of the game stuff. And then as I've kind of grown older, and kind of gotten away from the game a bit, as you know, kind of just kind of closing the door on the game and going to the next chapter of my life. I've been listening to a lot of worship, Christian music.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of been the go-to.
Okay, so in terms of you could go either way with this one. Who's your favorite artist?
I'm not good with artists, but if I'm gonna go back, like, the new, like, I'm not good with artists, like, so I'm gonna say Drake.
Drake, yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's a really common answer when you ask a lot of people who their favorite artist is. They always kind of go to Drake.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He always puts it out.
So, song you can listen to on repeat and never get tired.
Dude, this is kind of a strange one. Like, I listen to a lot of repeat. It's not a very popular song, but it's by Drake. It's called "Show Me a Good Time."
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and for some reason, that song, when I played it the first time, I was like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I was like, dude, this is
That's
good.
perfect. Yeah.
This is a banger right here. And that's right after the song "Over" on his Thank You Later album.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah, I enjoy that a lot.
You could have dinner with any celebrity. Pick an athlete, non-athlete, whatever. Who would it be and why?
Dang, that's a good question. Dude, it'd be Drake, I think.
Drake?
Yeah, because, I mean, sports-wise, I just never idolized anyone.
Yeah.
Like, at one point in my life, it was definitely Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be Eminem so bad.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, his music kind of brings out anger in me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be angry.
Yeah,
so,
you don't want to be
I don't want to be angry at all. I try my best to release and let go of that anger. So Drake for sure, because, you know, he talks about the man upstairs, and that's important to me. And I think I'd like to kind of touch base on that a little bit.
Just kind of see what
see what he has to say, like, behind the music, you know? Like,
definitely, yeah.
For sure.
So any hobbies outside of work, I guess?
Baseball is kind of how I stay in shape right now, because, like, lifting weights kind of got boring for me.
Yeah.
Like, I used to always press a lot of weight, and it's, like, kind of got boring. And so I like to play baseball, and that was, like, good for the timing. Keep in mind, doing all, like, different medications during this, so it's, like, there's things like Seroquel, which will slump you out. And there's things like Abilify that I'm on right now, that give me anxiety. Risperidone gave me anxiety. Olanzapine gave me depression.
Yeah.
It's like each medication gives me some type of side effect that's not good. And then they give you something for the side effect and something for the side effect. And you can go down that route. So it's really hard to have a natural organism of your body and cells, put something man-made in there, and have it just cohesively like coexist inside your body for good. There's constantly adjustments, and somebody like myself who's excitable, I'm naturally impulsive, like it's hard to find a medication that's gonna stick with me. So that's why I'm doing my best to like seek out like Christian counseling. Like I want to do like a Christian counselor, I want to have like a Christian doctor, because my faith is very important to me.
Exactly. This guy, when we first met, like at the beginning of the summer season, he came up and introduced himself to me. So, I mean, I'm a very extroverted person, I feel like. So when someone comes up and introduces themselves to me, it's kind of like okay, this is new. This is kind of a newer thing. But yeah, this guy, very outgoing guy, you know, and I've had the pleasure of playing with him this summer on the same summer team. So.
Yeah, bro.
Favorite restaurant and your go-to order at that restaurant?
Favorite restaurant and go-to order. I want to follow up real quick with the extrovert thing.
Yeah.
I was there, like the relational aspect was the most important thing.
Yeah.
For me. The sport was like to have hand in hand. And I'm happy I was able to close that door on the sport and like say, hey, I'm happy to close that chapter.
Yeah.
It's not my dream anymore. It may not have been my dream maybe at one point as a kid, but I'm happy I got to experience that and tell my kids, hey, I did the best I could, was in my deck of cards, athletic ability. Sure, if you guys want to do it, it's something you love to do, I encourage you.
Exactly.
But it wasn't for me. Favorite restaurant and
Go-to order with it.
Dude, what pops in my head, I was going to what pops in my head right now, was going to be Los Favoritos.
Okay, I haven't been there.
So Los Favs is a pretty good little spot, and I get carne asada fries.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. I have to get that name from my mom's coming to town, so I'll have to get that for you. See, she's big. She likes to try a lot of new things, so she'll try that.
Or sushi.
Sushi, yeah. I'm not a big sushi guy. I've never really been a big fish guy.
What about you? What's your...
My favorite restaurant to go to? I'm going to have to go PF Chang's, and I'm going to have to go with Mongolian meat.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's gotta be the go-to. If not Chang's, then I'm going like Genghis Grill. Like, you know, a little up there.
Yeah, it is up there. Alright.
Favorite types of movies, and then the 3 best movies of all time while we're on the movie topic.
Ooh.
We'll hit 2 questions with this one.
Okay. So I got, from my mom, I think is why I like inspirational movies. And my favorite movie at this point, I think, has been, I like Greater. I feel like that's a good one. Greater's good. Good Will Hunting.
I think I've seen that one, yeah.
Matt Damon, he's got the
Yes, I have seen that one.
I love that movie. So Good Will Hunting's a good one. Come back to the third. I'm thinking like a Disney movie for the third one. I think Moana, bro.
High School
That's
Musical.
legit. Moana is a good one, bro.
Yeah.
He's got it.
This man was Inspirational movies, High School Musicals up there on number 3. Man, I don't blame you. High School Musical is freaking amazing. I mean, seriously, I could sing every song out of every movie. I'm not gonna lie to you there.
Bro, let's go. I remember those days, dude. Watch the Disney Channel.
Yeah. You got that one. You got that one, and then you got like Big Time Rush, iCarly, Victorious. You got all of it. All the Nickelodeons, bro.
All the Nickelodeons, bro. If I ever sat in front of the TV as a kid, 37.
Yeah, exactly. That was the channel, you know.
That's right, good.
Oh man. So shows that you can, a show like you can pick one, you can pick two, you can multiple if you want. Shows you can like binge watch all day, never get tired of it. You could sit at the couch, just have a day off, and just watch it all day long.
Show.
You can do more than one too. If there is more than one.
Damn. I think more so right now documentaries for me.
Oh, okay. Just big documentary guy. Yeah.
Watch? Yeah. Because before it was like I could watch either the Stranger Things and all that. But now it's
I never got into Stranger Things, and a lot of people are gonna go after me for that one, but I never got into Stranger Things.
That's where I fell off because like I mean Ozark. I never got into like any of those anymore because like I stopped. Entertainment for me started to be hard to sit in front of this watch.
Oh yeah.
Like I could watch a documentary and kind of go like learn something, but just watching something for purely entertainment, it feels like for me you're taking a chunk of your time and just throwing it away.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like what like nothing.
Yeah, I try to watch, stuff that's I think gonna benefit me, watch YouTube videos that'll help me with the channel or like baseball games. I can learn something from that game that'll help me in my career, when something in the situation happens, I go, okay, I need to do that or don't do that type of thing. So I understand that a lot. So I know you're starting with GoDaddy. Outside of GoDaddy, if you were, if there is something else, what would you want to do?
I know what that is. Financial advisor.
Financial advisor?
Bro, I love being a steward of money. I love kind of like doing that organization process. Need to bring it in. How do we bring in more? What can we, those are all things that I love to work with. Numbers, math was always my number one thing.
Really?
It would require schooling, I believe. I have a friend of mine who knows a financial advisor who hopefully can get me to meet this person, shadow them, see if it's something that I would like to do. Because that's relational for me. And I can be a good steward of it, take care of that person, and feel like I'm making an impact. Because it's something I personally need. I feel like I need my own for me. Because doing it for somebody else, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm there for you. But sometimes doing things for ourselves is harder.
So if you do become a financial advisor, you're my first call because I'm going to probably need one because I'm not good with money and math. So I'll be making sure to make a phone call to Cooper here.
I got you.
Folks, if you need a financial advisor, this is the man to call. Okay. So this is kind of just a new, this pure entertainment question. Favorite Gatorade color?
Blue.
Blue. You're a big blue.
I love blue.
See, I'm a big lemon lime. Yellow's for me.
Bro, it's
so good.
You can't sleep on it because I used to yellow ew.
Yeah.
And yellow when you're thirsty and parched, you grab that yellow Gatorade.
Oh man, it's the best
game
thing in
over.
the world. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's like the classic.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel that, but blue.
Yeah. So these two questions kind of go hand in hand. I want you to answer them separately though. But you've talked about the mental health, and one of the questions I wanted to ask is, what's a cause that's important to you? And obviously that's mental health for you.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, you've kind of touched base on why that's a big cause for you. Any last words, and you can even just kind of anything you want to say about the mental health side, just any last words that you've got before we sign off here.
Yeah. I think that some of the most important things to have in our lives is fellowship, friendship. There's times like this, there's times with people we're with there's a void I think that we all want to fill sometimes, that we feel in our chest, that we just want to fill it with something. And to have that discipline and people who love us around us, that's what kind of keeps us going, that fellowship. And for me, it's faith as well. Fellowship's important, faith is good, people around you is going to help you stay away from things like drugs or alcohol or things that are going to kind of mess with your chemical imbalance. It's going to mess with the chemical balance in your brain that you can idolize as something as a crutch to lean on versus I have this friend who loves me and cares for me. Let's go see how he's doing. Let's carry his burdens.
Exactly. Yes. Dude, Coop, thank you for taking the time, man, to sit down with me, man, and talk to me, man.
Absolutely.
That was the first edition of Couch Talk. You know, definitely keep checking the channel. We'll have some more Couch Talk episodes, more guests, even you. Thank you for sitting down with me again, man. I really appreciate it. Check back on the channel. We'll see y'all knuckleheads later, man.